Thank you for everyone joining today. My name is Lucy. I'm Sector Support Manager for Visual Arts Southwest, primarily working on the West of England Visual Arts Alliance programme, which is a 3-year programme of activity that supports visual arts development in Bristol and the West of England, supported by Arts Council. The workshop today will last around 2 hours with a break. There's live captioning available with Otter, and you should be able to see the link from your screen there if you need it. And do please feel free to send me a message at any point if you're having any tech or access issues as well. We are going to be recording today's session, so it'll be available afterwards if you'd like to watch it back, and it'll be published on our website. This workshop is part of a series considering access and disability representation in the visual arts, and the series includes a seminar which is being led by Amanda Lynch, who's also with us today, and that's on the 16th of July. We're also publishing a series of resources that are related to the workshops, which you can find in the resources section of the Visual Arts Southwest website, and we're adding to this throughout the programme. But for today's session, we're really happy to welcome Outside In, who are a brilliant organisation that provides a platform for artists who encounter significant barriers to the art world due to health, disability, social circumstance or isolation. They're a really important example of an organisation with national reach in championing the works of artists who are excluded from the art world, and providing a flat platform for artists who encounter significant barriers. Outside In was formed in 2006 at Pallant House Gallery and won the Charity Award for Arts and Heritage in 2013 and the Queen's Award for Voluntary Services in 2022. Outside In became an independent charity in 2017 and gained NPO status with Arts Council in 2018. And we're really happy also to welcome Kaya with us as well, who is an ambassador for Outside In and a multidisciplinary artist who uses painting, textiles, sketching, novel and songwriting, singing and music performance. As well as being an Outside In ambassador, Kaya is also a step up trained artist. So thank you for everyone to joining today, and I'm going to hand over to Kate, who'll be telling us a bit more about the session.
Thanks, Lucy, and it's lovely to see you all here, so thank you for joining us. Just to give you a bit of an idea of what to expect over the next couple of hours, we're going to do an introduction to Outside In and tell you a bit about what we do in a bit more detail, and the ways that you might get involved as an artist as well if you're interested in doing that. Then Kaya's going to talk a little bit about her experience of being an artist with us and taking part in our training programme and being an Outside In ambassador. And then we're going to have a 15-minute break at about 2:45. So there will be a break in there. And when we come back after the break, Kaya's going to be leading a creative workshop. So we'll give you a little bit of information about that before the break, so you can get yourself prepared and set up with things you might need to do the workshop. So I'm just going to share my screen now. We've got a presentation to share with you. There we go. So hopefully you can all see that now. So I am going to, so thank you, Lucy, for a very comprehensive kind of overview of who we are as an organisation. But I'm going to pass over now to Hannah Cooper, who is our Artist Development Programme Manager, who's going to talk a little bit about our programmes.
Cool. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, I'm Hannah. Hi to those watching now and those who are watching it back on the recording. So, yeah, I'm the Artist Development Programme Manager. So I sort of manage our artist development. So we're gonna briefly just start the talk off with talking about our programmes. So artist development, exhibitions, and our training programme. So primarily we are a charity that supports artists who face barriers that's due to health, disability, social circumstances, or isolation. So it is quite a broad range of different access needs and experiences, and I think that's how unique we are. So if you go into the next slide, Kate, I can start talking about our artist development programme. So we have, I think, over 3,000 artists who have joined Outside In. So if you meet our criteria, you can create an online gallery on our website, which acts as a free website to showcase your images, an artist statement, and you get your own unique website link which you can share with people. So it sort of eradicates you having to, you know, host a website, those sort of URL charges, and you then become a part of this amazing sort of database of artists. We've been running for, I think it's going to be 18 years, and so we've met so many artists all along the way, and it's such a rich database where you can search for different artworks. Curators might use it to find certain types of work, and yeah, it's such an amazing database to explore. So I really recommend, if you want to search on there and find lots of unique, interesting work. And there are comment sections on each person's gallery page where you can leave messages and positive things about people's work. So that's really good. So yeah, that's how you join Outside In, is creating a gallery. And once you have joined, you can get involved with our many different programs. So I'm going to touch upon our artist advisory group. So we have an artist advisory group, and they're all artists who have different experiences, including live different artist sort of work, and they sort of advise us on our policies, our program, just so that we know we're supporting artists in the right way, so that voice is being heard. And our board of trustees sort of love reading sort of it's a great group. And yeah, it's just really important that artists' voices are being heard within the tops of the organisation. So yeah, so once you're joined, I'll talk about our artist support days. So these are sort of ongoing sort of support sessions that you can get booked in with one of the team, and you know, get tailored support. So this could be because of like updating your gallery, or if you want some support writing a statement, funding applications. We really sort of tailor it to what you need, and these can be in person, but we sort of regularly do these online on Zoom, as it's a really popular way of sort of getting that support. We do share art events, which are where artists give presentations about their artwork, and these are such beautiful events where I guess you get more of an insight into the artist's work. So people show images of their artwork on a presentation and talk about them. We normally have about 4 artists give presentations, and it's just such a wonderful insight. You sort of are part of such a great atmosphere, and people can leave comments about your work, and it's a really, really nice atmosphere. So we run those online and in person, and it also helps with sort of your presentation skills and learning how to talk about your work and what you should share. And it's a great event. We have ambassadors, so they're ambassadors of the charity, where they go through some training. They're real like key advocates of the charity, so they believe in what we do. They're artists, they've had some experience of I guess how the charity has sort of impacted them and helped them. So you know, they can use their direct experience to sort of share with other people about what we do. And we have, I think, over 100 now, and Kaya is one as well. And we do make art sessions. So these are art groups all around the UK, and they are run by an ambassador, and it's a space to talk about art, live creativity, try and hatch new ideas. And these are sort of developing at the moment. So we've got some online, which lots of people can go to, and some in Bournemouth, and then there are new groups that are happening around the UK. So that's sort of spreading out now. Go on to the next slide, Kate. I'll briefly touch on our exhibition programme. So we run many exhibitions, sort of physical ones and virtual ones. So we work with mainstream art galleries, community centres, lots of different places to put on exhibitions and sort of also train their team in or sort of challenge, you know, who is an artist, whose work should be in these spaces. And we also regularly do co-commissions and residencies. So we might commission artists to create a piece of work that will be in a gallery space, or artists may take part in a residency where they're sort of at a space and creating work within that space. And there's lots of learning. Sometimes we work with mentors throughout these, so they're, you know, great opportunities which will really enhance sort of your career and experience. And we have a national exhibition which is every 2 years, so that's where all outside-in artists can submit work for possible inclusion in the exhibition, and we have around 80 artists get included, and it tours around the UK. We have judges that sort of select prizes and awards, and they often then have solo exhibitions in places. So we do have our submissions open for our next national exhibition, which is the theme of shelter, and that will be at the New Art Gallery in Warsaw, and I think Charlie will talk about that later in opportunities. So that is just a brief part about our artist development program and exhibitions program. And you know, we're a small team, but if anyone has any questions, then you can contact us and we can sort of help you. But I'll pass you over to Kate, who will talk about our Step Up program.
Thanks, Hannah. I also completely forgot to introduce myself. So I'm the training program manager. I manage Step Up, which is Outside In's training and professional development program for artists. So the aim of the program is to really support artists in gaining skills that might help them take up employment or self-employment, or just feel more confident to take up positions in the art world. So we have a number of kind of specialist courses that are part of the program that we've delivered in partnership with lots of different organisations across the country. Just to give you an idea of some of the courses we run, we've got our Exploring Collections course, which is about exploring research in using collections and exhibitions as a tool for that exploration. And the artists who take part in those courses will also often respond to the collections they've been exploring in their own way. So we've had some really great responses to collections on previous courses, so films, visual artworks, sound pieces, and it's a really great way of getting new perspectives on collections as well from a really diverse range of voices. And we've delivered that course in partnership with lots of different organisations across the UK, including places like the Wellcome Collection in London, Glasgow museums, and other kind of more local museums as well. And that's a 10-week course, so it usually runs 1 day per week over 10 weeks. So it's really an opportunity to kind of get to grips with what research is, learning some kind of research skills, and how you might use things like libraries and the internet to support your research as well. The second kind of really popular course we run is our Leading Workshops course. And that one's really about getting skills in how to deliver a creative workshop. So it's kind of practical things like risk assessments, setting up a room, to things like how to work in an inclusive way with a diverse group of people. And we have lots and lots of artists who train through this course. And the great thing about the artists who do train through this course is that they can then go on to run workshops for Outside In and for other organisations as well. So Kaya has completed this course, so is one of the reasons that she's here today delivering a workshop. So lots of opportunities for artists who've completed that course. We also have our Talking About Art course. So Hannah mentioned Share Art earlier on, which is one of the events we deliver. And the Talking About Art course supports artists to feel really confident talking about their work, So not kind of just skills in speaking publicly, but also thinking about what words you might use to describe your art. Those kinds of things that lots of the artists we work with haven't picked up by maybe going to university or things like that. So it's really just to support you to feel more confident talking about your art to a range of different audiences. So it could be to curators, it could be to other artists, anything like that really. We also have our curating exhibitions course, which is all about putting together an exhibition. So it's things, very practical things like budgeting, the installation of the exhibition, transporting artworks, and then the more kind of conceptual side of it. So telling a story through a display of artworks, thinking about interpretation and kind of educational programs that might go alongside the exhibitions. So that's a really good one for kind of giving artists a behind the scenes look at what happens in museums and galleries when it comes to putting together a show. And then once artists have trained through our courses, they can join our alumni network, which is another programme we run for our trained artists to continue their professional development. So we have a newsletter that goes out once every 2 months for our alumni network with different opportunities, paid opportunities that they can apply for. And then on the months in between the newsletter, we have our alumni network meetups where they usually happen online, and they usually have a focus that's been kind of decided by the group of what they're kind of interested in exploring. So, for example, the last session we looked at using networks and networking to get more freelance work. But we cover all kinds of things in those sessions, and they're very much led by the alumni network and what they're interested in learning more about. And then kind of as part of this programme as well, we have bigger projects that we deliver. So we've been working for the last few years on a project called New Dialogues, which has been looking at artwork that's been made historically in mental health settings. So we originally got a national lottery grant to deliver some courses that would bring artists with their own lived experience of mental health issues together with collections of work made by people who historically had been housed in mental health settings, just to kind of explore who has the authority to talk about works in those collections. So does it have to be doctors and academics, or can it be people with their own lived experience of health issues? So that project was a really positive project, and it's developed into a research network that we're running as an organisation now, which is looking at that a bit further as well, and exploring how we can make sure artists and people with lived experience are really at the heart of kind of research and interpretation and curation of that type of work. So yeah, that's kind of a bit of an overview, and I'm going to pass over to Charlie now. He's going to talk about some opportunities that you can get involved in.
Hi everyone, I'm Charlie. I work in the training programme at Outside In and as an administrator too. I'm going to talk to you briefly about a couple of upcoming opportunities that we have that you might be interested in applying to. So the first one is our 2025 national exhibition. As Hannah mentioned, we host the national exhibitions every 2 years. Our last one was on the theme of humanity and was held at Sotheby's in London, as well as Project Artworks in Glasgow and Brighton and Hove Museums in the southeast. So our next one is coming up next year, and it's on the theme of shelter. So it's open to any Outside In artists to apply across the country, and it will be held in the New Art Gallery, Walsall, where we'll be taking over around 3 rooms, and we're going to host around 80 artworks from different artists, as well as co-commissioning an artist to build a sculpture. We'll also be hosting workshop opportunities as part of that. So it's going to be a really great event, and from there it will tour to 2 other locations around the UK. So it's a really great way of like gaining your bigger audience for your artwork and getting it seen by more people. So to apply to that, the deadline is the 2nd of December. So it gives you quite a long time to kind of sign up to Outside In, make your gallery, and then to access also our artist support days if you're interested in gaining extra support or talking through your idea for your application. The second opportunity is a leading workshops course online. So this is as Kate said, 10-week course. It will be based online and for Southwest artists in particular, so it's perfect for any of you to apply to. It will look at every kind of aspect of running a workshop or leading your own workshop, from coming up with an idea to working with gallery spaces to making it accessible to evaluating the workshop afterwards. In order to apply, you just need to fill out kind of a short application form, but we can also provide this in a range of media. So you could also apply by sending us voice notes or by talking through your application as well. The deadline for this one is next week, so it's quite soon. I would recommend, if you are interested in applying to this particular course, I'll maybe put my email in the chat, and then you can send me an email and I can send you more information if you're interested in applying to that. We also have course assistant opportunities as part of this course and all of our courses. So these are specifically for artists who've completed a leading workshops course with us. And they support the course tutor in the delivery of the course and the planning of the course. It's a really great opportunity to understand more about how to run an extended course and how to make it accessible for a range of artists. Other than that, we also have other kind of paid opportunities to run your own workshops or to deliver talks with us that we advertise quite regularly in our alumni newsletter and on our website. So if you are interested in further opportunities, then please do keep an eye on our website or just get in touch with us and we can share lots more information. But I think I'll leave it there for now.
Wonderful, thank you, Charlie. So now I am going to pass over to Kaya, who's going to talk a little bit about her experience of being an Outside In artist, how she's found being an artist with Outside In, and being trained through our Step Up programme, and also her role as an ambassador as well. So Kaya, I'll pass over to you now.
Hello everybody, can you hear me? Zoom good? Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah.
So I've been a part of Outside In since about 2018, 2019, and I joined because of the barriers I face in the art world with my mental health, but also because I feel excluded in the arts where I live in Hull because there hasn't been that much opportunity. So when I first joined, it was just a gallery, which I thought was amazing because you can upload your artwork, you can promote it, you can sell it, but then I heard about Step Up training, so I've been involved since early last year, actually. It's not been that long, and since then, I've sent my work off to an exhibition. If you see the middle painting, this is called Drowning. I sent this into the Humanity exhibition, and it actually sold, which I was really impressed by because I didn't like it. So if all I can say is please believe in your work, don't throw it in the bin like I was going to, because you never know what it might lead to. After that, I joined a curating exhibitions course, and that was an amazing opportunity. I really enjoyed that, and having Tess as a tutor, there was a lot of opportunity in there, and then we got to talk about the artwork we curated on the curators panel, actually. So Outside In will always offer opportunities to artists, and it's always about fair payment and treatment as well. And our exhibitions, I don't know if it's still online somewhere. The exhibition we made on the course might still be online somewhere, but that was advertised. And then I moved on to employment on the Leading Workshops course, where I was course assistant. And I think out of everything, that was my highlight because I met some amazing artists, and it sort of changed my career, really. You know, it changed my mindset on everything. And then since I've done shared art, I've become an ambassador. So I've co-hosted a sketchbook social as well recently with Joe, and that was really fun. I used this idea for the workshop actually, and today I've got the workshop, and I'd say my previous, my current opportunity that I'm involved with is Train the Trainer, and that's really enjoyable. And outside in, I've actually funded the level 3 teaching award that goes with that, Step Up Training have. So there's so much opportunity, and I really, really encourage you to get involved. So it could change your life, it'll help you with your skills and your confidence, and you will really enjoy it. There's a lot out there. So I do really recommend Step Up Training.
Thanks, Kaya. It's lovely to hear about your experience. And I think the thing with Outside In is there's so many different ways you can get involved and so many different journeys you can go on, that they're all so individual. And I think the best way for us to talk about it is through our artists. So I think, Kaya, you did a really great job there of putting into kind of putting it visually what happens when you join Outside In as an artist. So thank you.
I did one more thing that
yeah,
I forgot to add. So currently, when the Leading Workshop's advertised as well, the artwork that's advertised was actually created by me and the tutor and all the students on the last Leading Workshops course. So it's got all our blogs of our experience as well. So we got to do that after the course. So there's just loads of opportunity. And I'll pass you back over to Kate. I just forgot to add that little bit on.
That's great. Thanks, Kaya. No, it's great. So what we were going to do is we're going to do some questions now. We might not have loads. It might not take us 15 minutes, but does anyone have any questions for any of us, Kaya or myself, Hannah or Charlie?
I do, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
I just feel a bit. So I've done Talking About Art course, which was absolutely amazing, and it really helped me find my voice. But I just feel a bit kind of, you've mentioned a lot of stuff, but I just find it really hard to know where to go next, I suppose, because it's not black and white. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's quite overwhelming, and how kind of to find your path through all the things that you've got available and stuff. So I suppose that's my question.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that, Louise. And I think, me saying that obviously everyone has a different route has its pros and its cons, I think, because there is a lot of opportunities that we offer, and yeah, I think it's difficult to decide what might be right for you. I don't know, Kaya, I don't know if it might be helpful for Louise to hear maybe how you made a decision to get involved with what you got involved with at each step. So what led you to take the kind of path that you've taken with us?
So I just wanted to develop my skills and my confidence. So every time there was an opportunity, I just applied. You just sort of got to go for it, and then you never know what will happen. It might be for the best, to be honest. It will help you a lot. Okay. Sometimes you just got to sort of throw yourself in, but it's all on Outside In's website as well. It's all in categories. Yeah. And there's people here that can help you as well, that you can email if you do need more information as well after the session.
Yeah, Louise, I would really encourage you to get in touch with us, and maybe even organise an artist support day slot for yourself, and talk to one of us about the options that are there and what you might want to do. And often, we have opportunities that come up in specific areas. So, for example, this Leading Workshops course we've got is specifically in the Southwest, and we'll have courses in different parts of the UK. So not every opportunity is kind of open to everyone. So I think I'd also bear that in mind. If there's something you're interested in and it's happening locally to you and is open to you, maybe think about talking to us about that. But yeah, definitely do get in touch and book yourself a session, and we can help you maybe work that out a bit.
Fantastic. I'll definitely do that. Thank you.
No problem.
I think it's about you don't know where things will lead to, and as an artist you can, I know you can feel quite isolated doing it on your own, but it's taking that step and you know, if you book an artist support day, you'll meet with one of our sort of freelancers who can even just having a chat, and they can make suggestions about where to go to. And then again, like there's a share art events which you could talk about your work and you'll meet other artists. So it's just, yeah, taking those little steps and, you know, seeing where they go. Yeah.
Thank you. It's a big leap from sitting at home doing my art to then kind of putting myself out there. You know, it's quite intimidating, I guess, you know.
Yeah, and one option as well might be to just come along and sit in the audience of one of our share art events, just to, you know, listen to other people talking about their work. And because that's the other thing that we offer as well, is kind of a community as well. So, you know, it's not, you know, it doesn't need just have to be about taking part in things. It can be about meeting other artists and connecting that way as well, and what might come up out of those connections as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. Thanks, Louise. Kaya, yes, go. You've got your hand up.
Yeah, I was just going to mention to Louise, if you're not ready to do any of the courses yet, maybe also join a sketchbook social, because Joe hosts them online and you can just sit. There's a little activity, or you can just sit and work on your own work. That might be a good way to meet other artists before you throw yourself into any courses as well.
Yeah, have you done those then, Kaya?
I've only done the one which I co-hosted, but I really enjoyed it, and we had a few people. You never get loads of people either. It's always a small group, so it's nice because you get to know people as well.
That's cool. Thank you. I'll try that.
You can email Joe Doll about that. I think are details on the website, Kate?
I think they will be. Yeah, I think they will be.
I'll just add some emails into the group chat as well, Louise, in case that's useful.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thanks, Louise. Any other questions or anything anyone wants to say before? Yes, Philip.
I think I'm just thinking of what was it Louise just said? Sorry, my memory is really bad. And I've found, because I'm a member of the Bournemouth group, and it's just such a nice atmosphere, and it's surprising what happens when you start doing something. Sort of magic things happen, and you meet people, and that encourages you to go a certain way. You get another perspective on what you're doing and things like that. And also you gain confidence because you find out it's not quite so scary as, you know, you think it can be. And yeah, I think it's just I was sort of wandering around the Blue Rider exhibition in London, and it occurred to me that a lot of artists there had the opportunities to collaborate with other artists. And I think that's lost in our community at the moment in a lot of ways, except for organisations like Outside In, our little Bournemouth group. So that would be my little input to it all.
Thank you, Philip. That's great. It's great to hear from someone who's part of one of the groups.
No, it's fabulous. It's really, you know, brilliant.
Good.
A lot's coming out of it. A lot is coming out of it. So
yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Well, if there isn't anything else, what I might do is just pass over to Kaya. We thought it might be good to just kind of let you know what sort of materials you might want for the creative activity. So during the break, you can grab those if you need to. So I'm just going to put the next slide on, Kaya, and I don't know if you want to just briefly introduce the workshop, and then we'll take a break, and then we can go over it in a bit more detail when we come back, and then do something a bit creative.
Yeah, that's good with me. So the inspiration behind this workshop is sort of inspired by our planet, because there's so many beautiful things, but then there's so many not beautiful things. A lot of it's full of chaos. So I just thought, what if I could create my own planet, you know? So it's just, I created a couple examples and it's got everything I love on it. So that's mainly the idea of the workshop, just as a brief overview. You can fill it with hobbies, memories, whatever you want, really. It can be your struggles, it can be a planet that you just want to get rid of, but the idea was to create a planet that you love. So what else was I going to say? Yeah, the materials you need is really simple, really. Just coloured pencils, coloured pens. You can collage if you want, but I wanted to make it accessible for everyone. So it's just whatever you've got works, pens or pencils, crayons, markers, just something simple if you've got that around the house.
Great. Thanks, Kaya. I won't show the examples yet. I'm going to wait till we come back after the break. So is everyone okay if we take a 15-minute break? So if we come back at about kind of 5 to 3 to do the creative activity? Great. And yeah, feel free to just mute yourself and switch off your camera if you want to move away from your computer. That's no problem. And we'll be back in 15 minutes.
So yeah, so I'm delighted. Delighted. Right. Better keep quiet now.
That's okay. Louise, I've just seen your comment in the chat. Whereabouts are you based in the southwest?
I'm in Bath, near Bristol side.
Yeah, I don't know. We've got the group in Bournemouth. Hannah, I don't know if you know any more about whether there will be new groups. We're not sure yet.
I think there's one being sort of developed more north, but yeah, I'm not sure when there will be an art group. We are doing some artist support days at the Arnolfini in Bristol. There's one coming up, I think, in August.
Oh yeah.
Might be like running some share art events there in the future as well.
Okay, is that details of that on the website then?
Yes, there will be, yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Fab. I'm going to share my presentation again, so that we can show you some examples from the workshop. So what I thought I'd do is I'll pass over to Kaya to, I'll just go on to the next slide, which has got some examples of planets. And Kaya, I don't know if you just want to talk through the examples that you did. And then if we create and maybe go until about 3:45 and then come back together at the end just to share or just, see how we got on with that. But I'll just, I'll pass over to you. If I can, there we go. Yeah. Kaya, to introduce your planets.
Yeah, so these would sort of be my ideal planets. I've got a planet that is just animal and nature based. You can't see the full print, but it's just a paw print planet. And then I've got the music and art planet, which is the flower. And then this planet is just full of everything I love, to be honest. I call it the scatterbrain planet because that's just how my mind works. It's just all my thoughts and interests just in my brain at once. So these are sort of my examples. Yeah, music, animals, art, 3 main ones, and then there's others on there too. But that's sort of what I created. I think I thought about it. It only took me like 2 days, I think, to come up with this because I thought I need an idea for Sketchbook Social, so I just thought about it and I just thought I'd use it for the workshop because it went down really well at the Sketchbook Social, so I just thought I'd use it again. Did everyone manage to get the materials and everything set up? Yeah.
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 Great. Has anyone got any questions about the workshop before we get started? No? Great. Okay. So yeah, I mean, Kaya, do you just want people to start making, and I guess if you want to chat during we can, or if you want to put yourself on mute or turn off your camera, then you're very welcome to do whatever feels most comfortable for you.
I'm happy as long as the participants are happy, so whatever everyone else wants to do, really. If people want to work in silence, that's fine. If people don't want to work in silence, that's also fine.
Great.
I might put some music on, and I don't want to inflict that on people, so so I might be mute and I might not be mute.
That's fine, Philip, no problem. Great. So yeah, we can talk, not talk, however you feel, and then at about 3:45 we'll I'll just kind of invite everyone to come back maybe, and then we could do some sharing perhaps.
That sounds great. Thank you.
Great. Hi everyone. It's 3:45, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen now. And yeah, Kaya, I'll pass over to you if you want to kind of do the sharing bit.
Yeah, so how did everyone find that? Did you enjoy that?
Yes, very much.
Oh, good. Who wants to share first? Does anyone want to share their work?
Yeah, I'm happy to if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, Philip, that'd be great.
There we go. Oh. So, that's my earth in the center, and then there's some little black dots on the sun, which are sunspots. My earth is filled with rivers and mountains and greenery, and then I've got the northern lights over here, and that's it.
Nice.
I love that. It's real colourful. I love that. Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
beautiful, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I think
What did you use to make that?
just these Faber-Castell colour pencils.
Oh.
So it's just these, they're watercolour ones, but they're quick and yeah, easy, and yeah, not too messy.
Sometimes simple's better anyway, isn't it? Yeah, it looks fantastic. I love that.
Thank you. And for me, it's good just to get on with something rather than think about it for weeks.
Yeah.
and then find another reason not to get on with it. I did have the opportunity to look at the sun this morning, though, so that was amazing through some special glasses. And I'm enjoying all the sun things going on with the solstice and everything.
Oh, of
Yeah, I love
course.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, all sorts of weird things going on. So that's my little bit.
Love it.
Thank you. No, it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, Philip.
Yeah, welcome.
Does anyone else want to share?
Okay, I'll go next then.
No pressure. There's no pressure if you don't want to.
I tend to copy people because I'm autistic, and so I started off doing things in the style of Kaya, like this, but then really quickly found that I changed to doing my kind of work, which was quite a new experience for me because I've not done that near other people. I just do it on my own usually. So I did 2 planets, and the first one was my anxiety planet.
Oh, good. Yeah, that captures it.
And then the second was my happy planet.
Oh, nice one. Yeah.
So that's got a dog and the garden and our 2 cats that really love each other.
Lovely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. My son
That's
and his
lovely.
best friend and plants and things.
Nice one. Lovely. Lovely. Yes, the anxiety it reminds me a bit of Monk. And
Okay.
yeah, and that captures the sort of feeling of anxiety to me.
Yeah, I like to draw not looking at the page because I find that I don't know if it's to do with being autistic or not, but I just find that if I'm looking at what I do, then I kind of second guess myself. Whereas if I'm not looking at the page, but say looking at what I want to draw, then it seems to be more of a direct line between how I feel and the page without my eyes filtering, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I did that last week with Anna Shields, and it was quite remarkable how it came out. I was really pleased with it. I've never done it before.
Yeah,
It sort of frees you up.
It really does. Yeah, it
Yeah,
stops
yeah.
you worrying about how things look as well, which is all good.
It indeed is, for me anyway. No, it's great. I love this. I love the happy one.
Thank you.
And I like the anxiety one, but I don't like anxiety.
I can share mine if that's fine.
Yeah, go for it, Charlie.
Yeah.
I just kind of did this one. So I was looking at some collage like magazines I have, and I was really attracted to this like old version of a map because I love maps. And this is like some places I visited. I really like the boats in there because I love boats. And then I just started like doodling and drawing all these like different connections between places. Because I just love like unexpected connections, and when you bump into people that you know, or like you meet people that you didn't know before, and I just find that kind of like unexpected connections between things, and like when you learn something in one place and then you hear it being talked about again the next day in a completely different situation. I just love those kind of
Yeah, I like
that.
that.
It was kind of like my happy world. So I started out with like the world in the center, and then it just expanded out. And then I added plants because I also like plants, like lilies.
Yes,
That reminds me of the lines you get on sea charts.
Yeah, I think it was like that's what I was kind of like thinking about, because there's these little like signs, I don't know if you can see in the maps, that kind of look like compasses, and I just like
I love
old
maps.
stuff like that.
It also looks like things stitched together to me, which is really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it does a bit,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind
What's
of like
the
lots of threads
triangle?
like pulling together.
Yeah. Lovely.
Sorry, I didn't hear that, Phil.
What's the triangle? There's a world I can see, and then there's a
Yeah,
triangle.
afterwards I kind of realized it looks like I've drawn like a triangular world, which I don't know, that was just, I was cutting along some of the lines that are in the
Okay,
actual map,
okay.
if you can see that. Yeah, I was just playing around really.
Could be visiting Egypt.
And yeah, it also looks like the kind of lines of the rigging in some of the ships.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Like a journey. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I like yeah, I like that a lot. I
Thank
like
you.
maps and yeah.
Yeah, I love maps. I collect maps of like everywhere I go to. I'm gonna eventually like maybe have like one, if I ever get a house, I'll have like one room just like pasted with maps everywhere.
There's
I just think they're beautiful.
I could show you a very interesting map, but I'll let everyone do whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see, but yeah, everyone else.
It's just
Anyone else?
It's a good subject, Kaya. I like it.
Yeah, it's really thought-provoking.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's a great subject, I think.
Yeah, thank you. I had to think of something sort of on the spot for Sketchbook Social, so I thought I'll come up with this idea, and I've used it again for the workshops. I'm really glad that I did, if everyone's enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's a really good idea for an on-the-spot idea as well. It's a brilliant one. So
it certainly is.
Yeah.
But, to be honest with you, I was looking. I have a telescope, so I like sky gazing when I can do it. You know, when the skies are clear. So I was just looking at my stargazing book, thinking of my next time I'm going to go stargazing, and I just thought of planets. So it just came to my head. Yeah.
Did anyone see the Northern Lights recently?
No.
I'm so gutted not to get to see them.
And I've even gone to Iceland to see them and didn't see them.
Really?
Oh no.
Yes. 3 nights in Iceland, and they didn't turn up. And yet they turned up in Bournemouth, and I was somewhere else.
I've seen them in Iceland before, but
I can't listen.
Sorry, but no, I'm not going to talk about that. I was going to say about the ones that when it happened here recently. I feel like nobody told me and then I just slept through them. And I feel like that happened to a lot of people. Like, how did people know that it was happening?
I think everybody only found out on the second night. They weren't as clear. There was like, I think there was more, like the moon was brighter or something, so they weren't as clear.
Yeah.
I would love to see them.
They're a funny thing, because sorry, Phil, when I saw them in Iceland, they do sometimes look more impressive in pictures than they do in real life, because it's moving so much, you can barely see it. Like, it's one of those things where if you look directly at it, you can almost not see it, but when you take a picture of it, you can see it much more clearly.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
It's much more visible. Apparently, the reason for that is our eyes are gauged to not really see colour in the dark.
Yeah.
Which sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
I see it anywhere, wherever I went.
One day.
One day. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone else wants to share, or we can, wrap up a bit, see if anyone's got any questions. We've got kind of 4 minutes left of the event. I can show mine very quickly. I just did a it's just a colourful,
I like that.
children's felt tip pens mostly. But yeah, I just kind of did like things I like doing. So, well, I'd like more time to do things. That's why the clock is there really big. The sea, paddleboarding, swimming, spending time with my daughter. Yeah, just things I enjoy doing. It was nice to do, actually.
Porthole,
yeah. And I think I kind of, and it kind of came out over the edges of the planet as well, which I wasn't really planning on doing, but that happened as well. Yeah, and then
go into the cosmos.
Yeah, and then some stars and space type things on the outside as well.
Love that.
So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thanks, Kaya.
You're welcome. I have done a quick. I've done one. Just giving it a little face. I've just done a mixture of all sorts. You probably won't be able to see it. The lighting's really bad, actually. Oh, just sort of.
You see blue, but is there yellow in there?
Yeah, just did a combination of all sorts. So there's obviously my guitar. There's a couple of like manta rays in the ocean. There's stars. There's a telescope. There's the theatre symbol for theatre. There's books, writing, flowers, ferrets, because I've got ferrets at home. I work at an animal rescue. So there's, a mix. Never comes across very good on the camera when I do it on Zoom for some reason.
Can you hold it a bit closer? Kaya? Can you?
Step by step.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a bit more now. Yeah. That's better. Yeah.
Little stingray.
Oh, fantastic! I really love it.
Yeah, I like. Yeah. You got ferrets as well. God.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Yeah.
They're fast asleep. Into bed.
Fab. Well, thanks everyone. That was really nice. A really nice hour, just being a bit creative and trying some new things, and and then talking about it with everyone it's been really enjoyable. But a huge thank you to Kaya for leading that workshop. So thank you. It was a wonderful idea, and yes, it was very enjoyable. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for attending, everybody, and enjoying it. It means a lot. Thank you for just coming.
Well, it was lovely, I thought.
Thanks, Kaya.
Really nice afternoon. Lovely.
Great. And do get in touch with us at Outside In if you have any questions about how to get involved or what kind of things you want to get involved with. Feel free to contact us. We're very friendly people, so we're very happy to help with any questions or anything like that. So thank you all very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. It's great. Loved it.
Thanks ever so much, everybody.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good to see you all.
Take care.
Bye.
Oh, do you want to